Hey YouTube, this video is going to be in relation to curl texture and pattern. I get a lot of people ask me, what's your curl texture? What's your pattern? Like, what are you, a 3C, a 4A, a 4B, a 3... I don't actually use those terms to define my curls. I just say that I have tight curls, as you can see, or loose at the front. I have never felt like my curl texture has benefited me when it comes to choosing products or a routine or a regimen. I think you need to learn what your hair can and cannot do. That is the issue. Just because my hair is a certain type does not mean that everybody with that type has the same hair. I do not feel like somebody with the same texture hair as me has the same hair issues or goals as me, because we are two different people. We use different products. We may use the exact same products and get different results. We might have the same regimen and get different results, because every person's made up differently. Every person has different diet, different regime when it comes to exercise. We have different genes, different DNA. So just because our hair texture is the same does not mean that our hair behaves the same. So I think when we get so obsessed with curl texture and pattern, it's a problem more than something that's going to benefit you. I know there are books out there that do say, you know, if your hair is a certain, you know, category, then you use these products or you use this or whatever. I understand it. I get it. People do go by that. I understand. I just don't. Because I do feel that sometimes when you have these categories, it does separate people. It does exclude people. You know, not everybody can relate and be involved when you talk about certain things to do with your curl type or pattern. I get that. That's just with life in general. But I do feel that when it comes to curl texture, sometimes because somebody has a looser texture or a curlier texture rather than a kinkier texture, then you have the categories of good hair and bad hair, and that's going to be a whole separate video in itself, because that's just a whole different thing. You know, that's a sit down conversation. But I do not believe that one texture equals good hair. Every single texture has good hair if the hair is healthy and well maintained. And that is what we should be promoting. We should not really be concerned with what texture or curl type somebody has, because 5-10 years ago nobody was asking, what's your curl type, what's your texture? No one was saying it. It's now become a popularity thing, a trend. When I was younger in school and stuff, and I used to wear my hair straight, I used to hot comb and straighten my hair, whenever I used to kind of describe my natural hair, I would always say it's really curly, and people wouldn't understand. And the only reference I had in school, which is kind of an ignorant reference now that I'm older and I understand, I used to say, oh, my hair's like, you know, mixed race girls that are mixed of black and white and they have curly hair. That's kind of like what my hair, because I didn't know how to refer to my texture. I didn't have any visual kind of reference. I didn't have anybody in my school who was black as a woman wearing their natural curl texture or pattern. I couldn't say, oh, my hair's like Sandra's, or my hair's like, you know, Mary's. I couldn't say that, or anyone on TV. As I was in college and I started to kind of wear my hair more curly and stuff, the only person I at the time felt I could relate to was Tracy Ellis Ross, who's always been my hair icon. She's a person that I felt that I could kind of relate to, even though we don't have the same curl texture. But when it came to kind of the shape or the fact that her hair was natural, that was the only person visually on TV that I could relate to, that I could say my hair was like. There was nobody else that I felt that I could say, oh my gosh, my hair's like hers. It's nice to have a reference, and it's nice to have something you can compare or similarity to, because it makes you feel a bit more comfortable. I understand that. You don't feel like you're the only person. I understand that. But it shouldn't be a thing of, you know, my curl texture is better than yours, or my curl texture is easier to maintain than yours, because trust me, my hair is not as easy to maintain as I may make it at times. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time. And just because my hair may be a looser texture to some other people's hair doesn't mean that it's more manageable, or, you know, you're gonna get up, do it in 10 minutes and go. Like, I still have similar problems that other women have who may have a kinkier texture to my hair. We all have our own personal gripes, and that's what we need to be talking about, how we have similar problems and how we deal with them. Because just because my hair's looser doesn't mean that it doesn't get dry. It doesn't mean that I don't experience breakage. I experience these things, and somebody with a kinkier texture experiences them as well, and we can share, you know, information on how we remedy that. It may be beneficial to that person more than it is to me. They may learn something from me and I may learn something from them. And that's what we need to start doing, is uniting and sharing information like that, rather than, oh, her hair's looser so she doesn't actually deal with what I deal with, so I'm not going to ask her nothing. That's a problem, and that's the issue. So I just want to come and talk about that, because a lot of people have been asking me recently, what's your curl texture, what's your type? My curl texture is what it is. I think we should be more talking about what is your hair like in terms of dryness, or, you know, stuff like that. An actual texture in terms of, is your hair thin? My hair's quite fine. It gets dry. It's dry right now. It gets dry. It has different curls in it. It has different textures in it, and I love it. It's my baby. So leave your thoughts. Do you actually look out for curl texture? Do you go by the curl charts and stuff like that? Does it actually help you when it comes to products? Do you feel like it does divide people? Let me know your thoughts and what you feel on this topic. And that's it, YouTube. So until next time, bye.